Pleasure to be here as always. Hope you all cooled down a little bit after an awesome weekend of Red Bull Battlegrounds. And hope you're ready for some SC2 Improved Team League America action. Just 1 hour ago, Pult came out the champion of Red Bull Detroit. And what a tournament it was. I've been watching a lot of the matches today. I've been a bit too busy the days before, but caught most of the round of 8 today, most of the semi-finals and all of the finals. Not that there was much to really catch in the finals. And fantastic event. And yeah, quite happy with the result. So yeah, we're here for Solaris Gaming versus DeadlyGaming here today. We've got a little while before we get into this. I say a little while, just a minute or two, while we get starting players set up and announced. So we're just waiting for DeadlyGaming starting player, and then we'll have some vetoes, and there it is. It's going to be Mistakes versus Virium. So Virium, new player for Solaris, just recently on Seed Gaming. So we've seen him a little bit in this league before. But now we'll see him playing for his new team here, Solaris, today. And we're going to get the vetoes underway in just a second. So the map pool, WCS map pool as always. We'll get into this in just a few moments' time. Hello guys, I'm Wardy. How is everyone in the chat doing? How are you guys feeling after Red Bull again? Were you guys happy with the result? Were you guys cheering on Pult? Would you guys have rather seen Teja win? What do you guys think? And who are you guys here to support today? Again, welcome to the stream, and I hope you're going to have a good little time with us this evening to kind of wind down from the excitement that was Red Bull. So we are just waiting for the map vetoes to begin here between Virium and Mistakes, and once they have begun, I'll give you guys a little bit of an update on how they're going and how stuff is going. So we should be into this first game pretty soon here, guys. I'm all ready to host it up, just need to know what map these guys want to play on. So yeah, exciting news. We've actually managed to get a subscriber button on this Twitch channel, which is the SC2 Improved channel, which is really awesome. So that's awesome. That's exciting. I kind of emailed Twitch like, "Hey, how do I get a subscriber button?" And they replied back like, "Well, you've now got one." And I was like, "Whoa, what happened?" So pretty crazy. I've already submitted. In fact, I've already submitted the logo for the subscriber chat badge. I'm still a little bit unsure about what to make the emoticons. So if you guys have any ideas for subscriber emoticons, please do let me know. Just joining the chat right now, Crowtail, the actual first subscriber to the channel. Hello. He's just joined in here. So yeah, if you guys want to subscribe. If you want to know a list of subscriber benefits, it's actually all on our website. If you type in !subscribe in the chat, it'll give you a link and you'll be able to see all the benefits. But general stuff, chat badge, replay packs, stuff like that. And if we get 2 subscribers today, during this broadcast, I'll do some kind of like caster challenge thing that the chat decides on. We'll get a replay from the chat and I'll cast it under some rules that the chat makes up or something like that. If we make today's sub goal, which is 2 subscribers, so that's today's goal. As our veto is also on to come in. So Deadwing is vetoed by Mistakes, Catalina by Virium, Mistakes for vetoes Foxtrot, Virium vetoes Memory Go Around, not so much of a surprise considering he's a Protoss player, and that leaves us with King Sejong, Nimbus, and Overgrowth. So 3 maps remaining here. We're just waiting for the last couple of vetoes. King Sejong vetoed by Mistakes, Nimbus by Virium, and so we will host up on Overgrowth. And what I do believe is a PvZ to start things off here. Why won't these load? Okay, let me just relog SC2 very quickly. Yeah, let me relog SC2 quickly and hopefully we can get this fixed. So, apologies guys for a little bit of a delay here at the start. It's just relaunching my SC2 right now. Crowtail saying Red Bull was awesome. And I'd say he's pleased Pult got through to Washington. Me too, kind of. It'll be nice to see Well, it's always fun to watch Tasia play. It does get a little bit boring watching him just crush everybody. So I was actually amazed how quick the finals were. I thought they might even still be going now. I thought we might see some kind of epic Pult Tasia TVT. There are some good games, but not quite on epic proportions. As we get back in game, and we'll go for attempt 2 at hosting Overgrowth. There we go. Relog always does the trick here. So let's load up into the game. Hello guys, once again, how you all doing? Solaris SC2 game, Solaris Gaming here, taking on DeadlyGaming. Who are you guys supporting here tonight? Let us know. And if you let us know, we'll give you guys a shout out, and shout out whoever you're supporting, and let everyone, and we'll share the knowledge, inviting our players, inviting our managers in here, and if they are all ready to go, we will be able to start on up. So it's all kill format, as Crowtail is actually telling you, Shroom, and is Virium starting on up. But of course you'll have known this for about 2 minutes before you actually hear this, so we're waiting up here, waiting for Mini to maybe accept. Okay, looks as though Mini's now just having to relog as well. And let me just turn my phone onto silent so that it doesn't buzz if we get any emails during the broadcast. Put that on silent, and shout out to the person who's just making it buzz there, SC Ninja BLT, who's just hit that follow button on Twitch. So thank you very much for that, guys, as for that ninja. As we are just waiting for Mini Mouse to relog here to get into the game, the DeadlyGaming manager, and we'll be off and away, guys. A little bit of a delay here at the start, apologies for that, and we'll be actually on into this series very, very shortly here. Once again, very exciting, we've got a subscriber button now on the channel, so you can directly support the SC2 Improve events through Twitch, through subscribing. If you want to do that, you can check out all of the benefits on our website, sc2improve.net. The top article on there will let you know about all the benefits you can gain from it'll let you know about all the benefits you can gain from subscribing. And again, if you get 2 subscribers today, I will do some kind of caster challenge thing. I'll take a replay from the chat, and we'll cast the replay with like caster challenges or something. Something like that. So ready from Virium, ready from mistakes. We're getting into our first series here today, guys. It is Solaris Gaming versus DeadlyGaming, and we're loading on into game number 1 on Overgrowth as EVP mistakes versus Virium, and we're loading on up here right about now. So they've actually changed the Twitch dashboard, so now I have to actually move my XSplit from where it usually is, which may be a little bit annoying, but there we go. Move. Get rid of my Skype convos and have SC2 crash on me, but no, that's not actually going to crash. As we'll do get into this game. So let's jump on in. So in the upper right hand corner, we have, starting off for Solaris, it's going to be Virium, the green Protoss player here in the upper right hand corner of Overgrowth. The first time we've seen him play for his team. We've seen him play for Seed Gaming a couple of times so far in SC2ITL America. This is the first time he's coming out here for Solaris, as he just joined the team earlier this week. So let's see what kind of damage he can do here, and whether he can get his team off to the start they will be hoping for, as today they actually have a great opportunity to move into second place in Group B, and second place in Group B would be a fantastic spot to be in with only 2 matches with only 2 matches left to play. Being in second place, you know, it's a nice position. You've got to be top 3 to make the playoffs. We've already had IVD secure a playoff spot from Group B, so to be in second is a pretty safe place to be. So in the upper right hand corner we do have Virium, and in the lower left hand corner from DeadlyGaming we do have the yellow Zerg player. It's mistakes. So guys, how is everyone doing here? We've got a bit of a PvZ to start things off with. Doesn't look like anything too crazy is going to be happening in the early stages of this game, as we just have a hatchery first going up against what's most likely going to be a gateway expand, as that gateway is already down. And I mean, it's just going to be a little while here before we actually see anything really start to transpire in this game. as the gas is taken, a pylon comes up behind as well. And, well, at least we're finally in-game. 15 minutes late, but, you know, better late than never is the classic saying, so... Better late than never. And we've got a hatchery first. Pool now on the way down for mistakes as well. And again, it's going to be interesting to see how this PvZ is going to, you know, end up. PvZ, one of the matchups which still has such a large variety of builds. While we do only see a couple of you know, very common openers, either Forge Expand and Gate Expand, they have a lot of different transitions out of them. You know, fast Stargates, Oracle play from the Stargate, Phoenix play from the Stargate, going into Void Ray play in the mid game maybe even. You know, there's a lot of different styles. There's still 2-base all-ins are viable, fast third bases. You know, pretty much anything goes in PvZ right now. The Protoss player really being the player who will dictate what happens. He will say, you know, we're going to go for 2-base all-in. Zerg player now has to react to that. Or the Protoss player says, I'm going to take a fast third base, and the Zerg player has to decide, am I going to cut drones, mass units, and try and punish that? Or am I just going to try and take a 4th base very quickly here? Or am I going to try and pressure it with Roach Hydra while taking into a hive? And then go for a Viper push? You know, there's a lot of different reactions that the Zerg can go for to all the possibilities of the Protoss player as well. So, a very interesting matchup to see. And, always a nice one to start things off on. So you actually have the Mothership Core on the way out here, the expansion on the way down for our Protoss player, and a gas just taken for mistakes. He's around 100 on there, starts at metabolic boost, and has now pulled out of that completely. And I mean, no real reason to go past 100 just yet, unless he's going to head into some kind of really fast lair, or, you know, want some really fast roaches or anything like that. Zergling speed is all he really needs. It'll give him a little bit of, you know, viability with these Lings to just push out and push back any Zealot Stalker pressure. And that'll allow him to take his third base nice and easily as well, providing he isn't too greedy on the drones as well. So altogether here, just a pretty standard save opening. We actually have Lings kind of hiding in the back here, and we are seeing quite a few made. This is going to be 10 in total right now. With our first injects about to pop out, are we going to see just a big rush across the map from mistakes as soon as Zergling speed finishes? Here we go, more Lings on the way up, so it looks as though we very well might. And it doesn't look as though there's any real way the Protoss player is going to be able to scout this. I mean, so far Virium has not scouted at all. He has not had a sent a probe out on the map. So you can't see anything just yet as the Lings continue to mass on up here. I mean, Metabolic Boost is about to finish up in another 20 seconds or so. As these next few Zerglings pop out, that's probably going to be the sign for mistakes to just go for this and to just start heading across the map. Right now, there is a wall on the way for Virium. He's got a gateway and a forge in here. Only the single Zealots right now as well. He does have a Mothership Core, but that's starting to head out across the map, so it's not going to be in position to actually help out, throwing down a photon overcharge and, you know, whatever else he may want to use that for, just generally just attacking these Zerglings. Oh, this is nice. He's actually going to avoid the Mothership Core as well with these Zerglings. He's going to come all the way around. Okay, now the Mothership Core sees it. Now he's going to have to react to this, and it's going to have to be a pretty quick reaction. He pulls this probe, and here we go. The front is under attack as an extra few buildings are going to be added on as part of the wall here. Zealot going to try and add a little bit of damage on Pylon, Falling Forge, and Gateway as well. There's a sentry here to help block off the first of these buildings, whichever it will be to fall. It actually looks as though it's this Pylon. This wall is going to be up over here. This Forge, actually with a lot of surface area on it now, will possibly be the next way through. An Oracle has popped out here, and this will help the defense, and a nice couple of extra pylons here. This cannon will go down, and there's actually nothing really in position to he actually cancels the cannon, and well, now there's some sentries which are actually being attacked here. They're actually being surrounded. That's 2 sentries fallen and a third going down as well. More Lings continue to come across the map. Ling is now in the main base. Photon overcharge doesn't reach that far, and the Oracle doesn't have all that much energy left to actually help out anymore, as Vivian is just trying to keep his probes on control there. He's actually flown a lot of money, and I think it's just because he doesn't really have that many. Well, he's got the third gateway coming in right now, so he's going to be able to warp in once again very soon, but there's just so many Zerglings here. He just wasn't able to hold the wall. He was very close to being able to, but it was just not enough, and now he actually loses a pylon here. He loses power on one of his gateways, and well, he's still in trouble at the front as well. This Oracle comes in once again. A little bit more energy will help out against a few more Zerglings, but probes are still continuing to fall here. Zerglings are continuing to come forward. We're going to see the second gateway now end up dying, and that leaves us just on one gateway for our Protoss player, who's now going to lose a couple more Zealots. And Virium, this is definitely not the start he would have wanted to go for. Well, he would have wanted to see, or his team would have wanted to see, in his first performance for them. As the Lings come into the main base once again here, Probe's going to be under attack, and this is just going to be a pretty simple cleanup here from mistakes. Surely from this point on, surely there's not much else Virium could do. He's actually starting to lose his natural. Phone overcharge is being used once again. I'm surprised he's actually committing down here. I guess, I mean, he's got, well, I mean, he doesn't really need to. But I mean, he's just got that many Zerglings, it's not going to matter anyway. This Photon overcharges the Mothership Core, it's not able to kill them fast enough. Probe's being pulled again, the Oracle comes in once more. Probe's continuing to fall here, and Virium now going under 20 supplies. The main base is losing its health as well, just on half HP. Natural, I mean, is a very similar position, and both of these expansions are going to fall at very similar times. There goes the Natural, the main base still on the way. GG called a mistakes with the all-in. Takes game number 1 for Deadly Gaming here. And, well, Solaris, the team who probably came into this match as the favourites, drop that first map. And that's not going to be the situation they want to find themselves in here today. Because let me just remind you guys about the current standings here in the league. Top 3 do make it through into the playoffs. And as you can see right now, Solaris are actually tied for 3rd place with Dust Gaming. Solaris with a victory here today will go ahead of Microgamers Academy, because Microgamers lost 4-1. So they're currently 5-2 and +7. So if Solaris win, they'll go ahead of Microgamers Academy no matter what. So a really important match here today for Solaris to move one step closer to securing their place in the playoffs. But here they are, one map down here in the after game number 1. Guys, we're going to go into a quick commercial break, and when we come back, it'll be game number 2. And it'll be Jon Snow actually coming out here for Solaris Gaming, going up against Mistakes and ZVZ. So guys, don't go too far. We'll be back here in 3 minutes time. Enjoy the music, and when we come back, game number 2. SC2 Improve Team League America. How are you all doing here today on this what is it, Sunday? On this lovely Sunday evening. Hope you're all doing well. I am Wardy, and this is SC2 Improve Team League America. As we're going to go into game number 2 here. It's 1-0 to Deadly Gaming, not Solaris, as I accidentally updated the scoreboard to say initially. Whoa, webcam. There we go. So yeah, 1-0 to Deadly Gaming right now. We're going to ZVZ next, as it is going to be Mistakes taking on Jon Snow in this second game. So without any further ado, guys, let's jump on into this. At the start of this game, after we introduce our players, I'll talk a little bit about the sponsors of SC2 Improve Team League America. So before that though, let's introduce our players. We're going to start up with the Red Zerg to the left hand side. Throwing down his spawning pool first, it's going to be Jon Snow from Solaris Gaming. I think Jon Snow currently has 3 or maybe more all kills this season in SC2ITL America. So definitely one of their best players, definitely one of their strongest players, and I mean, he's been doing fantastically so far this season. Can he keep this up here today? Will he be able to pull off a few victories for his team against Deadly Gaming? His first opponent is the Yellow Zerg player in the 1 o'clock position. It's going to be Mistakes, again representing Deadly Gaming. His pawn pool came down first as well. He's going to throw down his hatchery just a couple of seconds after Jon Snow. So very similar builds to open up with here. It's going to be the gas coming up first on the Yellow Zerg's player side of the map. Mistakes taking that before Jon Snow does, and Jon Snow may very well go for a gasless sort of play here to start things off. But let's just keep an eye on this and exactly what he wants to do over the next few moments. So as we do load on and get on with this game and we wait for the start to take place, I'd like to first of all shout out our sponsors for SC2 Improve Team League America. First of all, our peripheral sponsor. You can check them out at ZawiGear.com, and of course that is Zawi Gear. They put in a bunch of products, 5 mice and 5 mice pads, all for the prize pool of SC2ITL America. So we're very grateful for them for their support, and just in general they support all of the SC2 Improve events. So if you are looking for a new keyboard, mouse, headset, mouse bungee, mouse pad, do go check them out, ZawiGear.com. They do have American retailers, so do check them out. Great products and definitely worthwhile. As 2 links come across the map here for Jon Snow, let us also talk about Let's Kung Fu, the main sponsor for SC2ITL America. He put in $500 to the SC2 Improve Team League America map pool. He's the reason we have teams like Root and IVD taking part this season. And you can check him out at youtube.com/filthyrake. Just check out his videos, say hello, say you appreciate what he's doing, just say you appreciate his support, and let him know that you're grateful for his support of just SC2ITL America. Leave a comment on one of his videos or something like that if you have the time. let's get back into this game as Bane and Nest does come down here for mistakes. He's been mining this gas pretty hardcore, you know, he's not come out of that at all since he started mining from it. Jon Snow's starting to spread his creep forward here, starts a bit spine crawl at the front, and does have double evolution chamber coming down as well. He does have a lot of queens out, and he's even investing in a 5th queen right now. Oh no, in fact that's only a 4th queen, so 4th queen coming out too. But with 3 queens at the natural, I mean, he's going to be pretty formidable in terms of defense. The only thing that's really missing for him is going to be this wall off here, which, you know, will come up in the next few moments here. And you know, once he gets the Evo Chamber Roach roaring down, this is about the time where he wants to be getting them. He just needs the creep to spread a little bit further forward so he can use it as a wall off. As Metabolic Boost is about to finish here for mistakes, and an Evolution Chamber on the way. Generally what we see when we see this single Evolution Chamber play is just a Carapace upgrade coming out here, and it allows you to kind of, once the Carapace upgrade finishes, it allows you to really be a lot more efficient in Ling Bane battles. And you can really start to try and overwhelm your opponent from that. And of course, afterwards you can go into +1 missiles if you're heading into a Roach mid game, you know, and you've already got that +1 Carapace, which, you know, while it isn't the most important, it's still something. So Jon Snow starting to lose an overload here. I'm not sure if he will completely lose it. These queens can give chase for a little while. I guess Jon Snow has nothing to pressure with, so you will end up losing it there. And 2 queens do take that down, that overload, pretty darn fast. So Carapace on the way here for mistakes and 30 lings. Again, what he's going to look to do with this will be to try and deny a 3rd base for as long as he can. Generally a really good response against the gasless players to take your 3rd base very quickly. So mistakes, what he's going to do is, while he hasn't taken his 3rd base quickly, he will still try and get that down and established well before Jon Snow is able to get his 3rd base up and running. So Jon Snow with his +1 missile upgrade on the way. These things go on the stream in here, and actually Jon Snow's not quite ready for this because his roach run isn't finished just yet. Queens are under attack and they've got to transfuse on each other. Drones are even pulled here, some more lings starting to pop out, and Jon Snow in a little bit of trouble. But that being said, he's not actually lost anything just yet, and what a hold. He lost 7 Zerglings and a drone in that fight, and he took down 32 lings. Now that was a hold and a half, and Jon Snow, great little piece of play. And now all of a sudden, you know, it's actually mistakes who's in trouble, because Jon Snow has taken the gas to invest into a Bane and Nest. A Metabolic Boost. So he will be able to move across the map here. He will have a fairly quick things, while he does lose a few here. But you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to cancel the 3rd base of his opponent. And as one Zerglin gets pulled back there, you will have a few more links to come on forward here. Not quite enough to break in, I don't think. Although he does have a little bit of a better concave here initially, and he is winning out on this fight. I think we just saw a transfuse come down on a Zergling. Queens are going to start falling now as well. And actually mistakes and a little bit of trouble, as these lings are just going to pop straight on up into the main base. And they're going to go for the Queen or the drones. What they're going to do, they're actually just going to peel away to the sides here. Jon Snow back at home does now get his 3rd base on the way. So mistakes really overcommitting in this natural expansion with his Zerglings. If he just kind of stuck around and stuck outside, he wouldn't have lost his Zerglings. He would have been able to definitely hold off once that +1 Carapace finished, and he would have been able to keep denying this 3rd base while taking his own. Whereas, however, as it stands right now, Jon Snow looking in a pretty good spot here, as a couple of lings getting turned away by a couple of roaches. More roaches on the way to help out, and these lings will have to disengage. Not a single roach picked up just yet, and there's that 3rd base now on the way down here for mistakes as well. So looking to still do a little something, but hasn't quite found that little something just yet, as Aspire is going to be the next stage of play here for him. So he's going to go into this Mutalisk play, but I mean, I always question, you know, when you go into the Mutalisks at this kind of point, how safe are you? You know, is it even going to work out for you in the long run? Because Jon Snow already has roaches up, he already has +1 on the way. It's going to be so hard without doing a lot of damage to truly be able to you know, catch up at any point if you decide to go into roaches. As you can see right here, Jon Snow just has so many roaches. The decision to tech into the Mutalisks is, or the Spire, means that he doesn't have as many roaches, and just in general losing them early things is potentially just going to cost mistakes the game here. I guess you could say it was a mistake, as now Jon Snow's just overwhelming in the natural. He's just even going to move straight on up into the main base. He's going to shut down another Queen, and you know, shutting down the Queen, shutting down the injects. I mean, the roach numbers continue to build up here for our yellow Zerg player mistakes, but it's just not going to be enough. And now actually Aspire going down just to make sure, and only 2 Mutalisks sneak out on the production tab here. Mistakes going to take far too much damage before he cleans this up. And well, drone's being pulled and getting a pretty good surround. Some lings coming in as well. There's a few roaches doing the damage on the natural too right now. Jon Snow is actually losing this fight in the main base, but I mean, look at the supplies. 40 supply up. He's taking down the Spire, which is kind of the kind of decision, the tech, the commitment here from Mistakes. He's going to take down a few more drones as well. He's already in a worker lead. He's got his third base up, ready to drone that up to, and more roaches just keep coming across the map here. So even though this has been cleaned up in the main base, he's just going to keep streaming across. He's going to take down more and more drones. He's even going to come into the main base and start trading, and of course he does have +1 on these roaches, where his opponent does not. And yeah, these last couple of roaches in the main base are going to die. More roaches keep on streaming in. A couple of muters just will never clean this up in time. And well, the rest of the drones now going to fall here for Mistakes as well. So game number 2, looking as though we're going to see Jon Snow even up this series here for Solaris Gaming. And a few more drones just going to go down here. As still at the front we have more roaches continuing to swarm on forward. There's the GG, and Jon Snow evens up this series to 1-1 now. And Solaris Gaming get themselves on the scoreboard as Jon Snow takes that victory. Guys, once again, we're going to take a quick commercial break here before we head into game number 3. If you're enjoying the show, though, do make sure to check us out on Twitter at SC2_improve. We're a couple of followers away from 600. If we could hit that tonight, that would be absolutely awesome. Otherwise, you can also just hit the follow button on Twitch TV. A few people have done that. Akupa and Nonoya, Mediking, and the game BDC have all done that in the last half hour or so. So thank you very much, guys, for your support. And of course, if you're really enjoying the show, if you're really enjoying SC2Improve and our content, you can subscribe to us on Twitch now as well. If we get 2 subscribers tonight, at the end of this best of 7 all kill, we will be I'll be doing some kind of caster challenge with a game with replay we take from the chat as well. So that's the goal. Well, that's the reward if we hit the daily sub goal. Probably won't, but be fun if we did. And yeah, we're going to take a quick commercial break. So guys, we'll be back in 3 minutes time. Game number 3 between DeadlyGaming and Solaris on evening. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying the show so far. Pretty good series so far. 1-1 is the scoreline. Jon Snow currently out here for Solaris. And I mean, will anyone take him down from DeadlyGaming? And we've said before, Jon Snow, and we've seen before from Jon Snow, that he is a formidable player. And he's very hard to defeat. Very few teams have actually taken down Jon Snow once he's been sent out to unleash havoc upon them. So he's a very strong player here, and he has the potential to all kill, as we've seen previously. So DeadlyGaming, their players are going to have to play their best games here if they want to win. The next player up is Astro Penguin, and that's going to make this a ZVP, and it's going to be merry-go-round, our map number 3. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this game. In the upper right-hand corner from Solaris Gaming, it's Jon Snow, the red Zerg player here. And in the south side, calling out good luck GG, it's Astro Penguin, the purple Protoss player from DeadlyGaming. So, we're into this third game now. How is everyone in the chat doing? Who are you guys supporting? We had a few screams and shouts earlier with a few players, a few people saying who they were supporting here today. So keep it coming, guys. Let us know who you're cheering for. We've actually had a few tweets today, actually about from a couple of guys. So we actually had Yaki Starcraft saying Jon Snow's opponent knows nothing of the pain he's about to inflict on them in the SC2Improve Team League. Let's go Solaris. And they actually had Ninja BLT saying he hopes for good games. Both teams fighting. Hashtag SC2ITL. So guys, do get on Twitter. Do let us know what you're thinking as well. Get in the Twitch chat. Let us know what you're thinking there too. And we'll give you some shout outs and so on as we do get set to go into this third game, waiting to see what's going to happen. It's just going to be a gateway to start things off here for Astro Penguin. Jon Snow actually with a fairly quick gas here. This is a gas first, so he's going to be able to start his Zergling speed as soon as this finishes. And Jon Snow changing things up as he starts up this metabolic boost. And what does this mean? You know, obviously this means he wants to be aggressive in some way, but how is he going to make this work out? You know, we've actually already seen just before Virium, he lost to some kind of very quick, well, to just a speedling attack, but there was a fast expansion in that game. So as Jon Snow spots here with this Overlord, he will see the Probe, he will see the Zealot, he'll see the Nexus coming down. I guess he's going to watch for Probe leaving them, coming out on the map, as he now has, well, 8, 6, 10 lings. Is he going to do exactly what his opponent just did to, what Mistakes did to Virium in game 1? Very possible. He is actually already starting to send lings across the map. The first probe is coming out to scout, but it's going in the wrong direction, so that's not going to be all too useful here. I mean, the problem is once you lose this pylon on the low ground, you're going to have difficulty walling, so the links are going to keep on flooding forward and flooding into the base, and then things can definitely start to snowball from there. So there is a mothership core out. What are these things going to be able to achieve? Because here comes the mothership core. This probe is not going to help too much either, and well, there's the Zealot as well. Once that Zergling speed does kick in here, that Zealot will get surrounded pretty quickly, but he will be able to pull this back and get it in position, and there's that Zergling speed, just not in time. However, he will continue to pick off this pylon here, and having got the shields off of that, he's actually going to be able to break on through. Wow, so he's actually going to get through here before the gateway comes up, and actually Astro Penguin's already in a little bit of trouble here. Zerglings continue to come forward, and he's already into the main base with these. No energy for throwing overcharge just yet, bringing his sentry and probes into that corner there, but a few probes will go down in the main base. Hatchery on the way behind this as well. Sentry should fall here. I would imagine there's no way to keep this alive after it's already used as force field. Probes are kind of retreating, but retreating to the natural is not the best decision when, when truly the best defense is in the main base. With that thrown overcharge, Probes now turning around to fight Jon Snow with a good little bit of control here. Turning around, he's going to go onto the Zealot as well, so now he's going to be able to actually find a way into the natural with the rest of his Zerglings. And these Probes should probably just head back up into the main base where thrown overcharges get that extra DPS onto these Zerglings, and Jon Snow you can see he doesn't want to go up there. He's just going to come around, he's going to take down the pylon. And Astro Penguin is in a lot of trouble because Zerglings are just going to keep on streaming forward. And Jon Snow says, you know what, two can play at this game. You choose out my Protoss brother in the first game. I'm going to choose out your Protoss player right now. Gateways are empowered, and I mean, from here, what do you expect to happen? A sentry on the way is out and can force field, but I mean, this is going to be a dead nexus. There's almost no way to recover, really, because Jon Snow back at home, I mean, he's not droning just yet, but when he wants to, he can definitely drone and just drone up this natural expansion as quickly as he wants to. Right now, he's just making more and more Zerglings because he knows he can win, and I mean, he gets a few Zerglings up this ramp here, but the force field isn't perfect, and that means these pylons are going to start losing health. He actually kills off a Zealot in this on this ramp as well, which wasn't warped in the best of positions, and Astro Penguin doesn't really have a choice. I mean, he doesn't have the gas to actually warp in anything else, as he's coming over already trying to block off with some more pylons, but I mean, he's just delaying his own death right now, as he's losing his gateways on the low ground, and well, there we go, into the main base, and now there's nothing to finish the wall. A Zealot actually gets warped in, but another pylon's going to fall. There's going to be another opening, and there's another pylon as well, and more Zerglings still coming forward. GG is called from Astro Penguin, and game number 3 goes the way of Solaris Gaming as well, as Jon Snow takes 2 in a row, and doesn't waste too much time at all in actually taking those 2 games, as that second game that third game just was 8 minutes and 15 seconds long, and that's all it took to see things ended there for the Solaris, for the Deadly Gaming player. Astro Penguin found himself in a little spot of trouble. So, game number 4 on the way, guys. Let's instead of going into commercial break, let's tell you guys a little bit about what else is going on in SC2 Improve. If you want more info on SC2 Improve, our best place to check out is going to be our website at sc2improve.net, which is right here. You can check out the page. You can see right now, actually, you can see that the article about what you can get for subscribing to the Twitch channel. You can see all the benefits you can get about that. So your badge, emoticons. Choose whether you support the American or European events, raffle tickets for our raffles, replay packs, subscriber only events, get your replays cast, shout outs, become a mod maybe, and taking suggestions too. So there's that. As you come down, there's actually an article on SC2 Improve Team League America, which talks a little bit about who is likely to make the playoffs and which the important matches are in these final weeks. A little bit about the EU League as well. So basically here you've got your Team League homepage and stuff like that. So if you're wondering more about what SC2 Improve does in our events, this is the place to check out. You can check out all of our articles, and hopefully soon I'll be making I think tomorrow I finally got some free time, so I'm going to be VODing a lot tomorrow. I'm going to be putting a bunch of stuff up on YouTube, and I'll be making an article about the games you should check out based on the VODs. So keep an eye out for that as well, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in. Nimbus is going to be our next map. Cooper will be the player from Deadly Gaming. So let's just go straight on into this. No build order set. Invite to the game Jon Snow and Cooper and our managers as well. And once we've got everyone in here, we'll get ready to go into game number 4 of Solaris versus DeadlyGaming. Again, guys, how are you all doing? Glad to have you all with us tonight. And yeah, not sure actually when our next SC2ITL America broadcast will be. It's just kind of the end of the week right now, so the start of next week we're going to have to wait to see when the teams are going to schedule for. Shout out to Dargok, who's just hit the follow button on Twitch. Thank you very much for following. And Borsty in the chat saying cheeky Jon Snow. Yeah, a little bit of a cheeky build there to start to keep that in that game. So it looks as though we've got players in game, and if we ask if they are ready, hopefully they are, and we'll be able to get on into this game number 4 now of DeadlyGaming versus Solaris Gaming, and hopefully Cooper is ready for what's going to be another ZVP. So go and ready is called, and here we go. So into the game we launch, and we're going into Nimbus actually for this ZVP. So as we load on up onto Nimbus, we'll just set this up and set the score, which is 2-1 right now for Solaris. And let's go on into this game. So in the upper left hand corner, currently with 2 games under his belt, heading towards an all kill right now. Can he do it? One more map here, it will take him on to match point for his team. Jon Snow, the Blue Zo player, in the upper left hand corner. And the upper right hand corner, the Red Pros player from DeadlyGaming, it's Cooper. Good luck everyone being called at the start of this game. And we'll see how this is going to take place. I mean, there's only so much you can say about the start of ZVP. We've actually been quite fortunate in the fact that we've had some fairly different ZVPs here to start things off. We've had a couple of all-ins take place. Because honestly, I mean, usually the first 6 to 8 minutes of a ZVP can be quite monotonous and repetitive. You know, the same thing has happened. The Pros player expands, the Zerg player expands. You know, he takes speed sometimes he doesn't. Ends up with his third base. You know, sometimes the Pros player decides to pressure, and that's when the game starts to really get interesting. But these last couple of ZVPs we've had been a little bit more exciting, a little bit more to the point from the start. So let's see what this one is going to bring to the table. I'd be surprised if Jon Snow went for something ultra aggressive once again here, as he does actually throw down his hatchery first. I expect to see him play a little bit more of a macro-oriented game here. You know, once a Pros player, once your teammate, he's just taken down the teammate of Cooper, so Cooper surely goes into this match thinking, I have to be careful in case of a strategy like that. And honestly, on this map, it's very unlikely that's going to work either, because you can put your gateway down at the main base, the only entrance here. So it's not actually a build which is going to work out here on Nimbus anyway, and it's actually going to be a Forge expand, which I actually find a little bit weird. Now I wonder if this is because he says to himself, you've been really aggressive and a little bit cheesy in that last EVP, but it still doesn't make sense to me, because on this map, you can get your pylon, your gateway walled off, and because this is the only entrance into your main, you can take your natural in base. I don't really see the need of a Forge unless his build is just going to entail getting that +1 very early, etc, etc. I don't really think he needs this cannon this early on, but again, I guess it's just how safe he feels, and he's been a little bit been put a little bit on edge based on what Jon Snow has done in that previous game here. So Extractor has been taken by Jon Snow quite quickly here. He's going to build up to that 100 gas for his Zergling speed. So that's going to be on the way here pretty soon, as we see our Queen start to come out. And, wow, probe. He was going in the right direction and everything, and now he's just changed. I don't think he's actually seen, well, he definitely hasn't seen that Overlord up here. This Overlord has seen, well, maybe he has seen this Overlord. Has he? I mean, surely not, because now unless he's coming down here to proxy something, it really doesn't look as though he has. So this probe coming all the way down here. He's going to see no Zerg base down here. Does he turn away and go to the bottom right now? You know, what does he do? Is he proxying something down here? Because that's definitely a possibility, maybe. He selects that probe, so he knows it's here. Okay, he's going to build the pylon down, right. That makes a little bit more sense to me. I was thinking, you know, especially once this overlord revealed that he'd seen all of this. I mean, surely there was no way that the Protoss player hadn't seen it. So, Cooper actually just avoiding the Zerg base here, saying he doesn't want to scout. He just wants to put a pylon down in this bottom left corner. One worker left in gas here for Jon Snow after starting metabolic boost. And a couple of drones coming into this natural expansion. This overlord kind of floating along the bottom side of the map. And some probes just mining away here at the natural expansion of Cooper as well. So third base on the way now for Jon Snow also. I mean, just really getting into kind of his stride in this game. But how off his stride is he going to be put when 7 gateways come down? Now, is this just a complete fool? Because, you know, he's got this forge, yet the only thing he's used it for is the cannon. Like, it just doesn't, like, it would be so much better if he just went straight into the gateway. He could have had this hitting a lot faster. But again, he just has this cannon instead. However, no wall off here, and these Zerglings can run by, and if they run by, you know, they can get some good information here, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Group up all together, run on into this main base, and all of a sudden, scouting's going to go down, and Jon Snow's going to see a noticeable lack of tech. And he's going to run straight from the natural place into the main base. He's going to see absolutely no tech here either. Sorry, from the main base into the natural. He's going to see no tech here either. Now immediately he's going to start thinking, what is coming my way? He's actually going into a fairly fast layer. He's actually taking his extra gases still. He's not really clicking that, you know, nothing's, you know, he's not really clicked that something's coming towards him. Now, killing off some of these workers will definitely put a dent in this all in, which is coming his way. So, but I mean, 8 Zealots, he doesn't have any units out. Jon Snow is dead, right? I mean, 8 Zealots just walked into his natural and he has no units. He doesn't have a Rotron. He's got a lair, which isn't going to help him at all in anything. I mean, 12 Lings on the way, another warping of 8 Zealots. And Cooper just going to, well, finish this game very, very quickly here, and actually going to even up this series once again between Solaris Gaming and Deadly Gaming. Surely there's no array right now. He's actually going to try and get into Hydra's den. Now, if he could get into Hydras, that could maybe work out for him because he can kite with them on the creep. You know, they'll take down the Zealots very quickly. Problem is, right now, he actually just doesn't have any money to really be able to do that. He's running drones around left, right, and centre. More and more Zealots just continuing to warp in here. Cooper's actually, well, Jon Snow actually just calls GG. I think he realises here, like, it's just unreasonable for him to think that he's going to be able to get any Hydras out, and I think he knew that, and, well, I mean, there was pretty much 24 Zealots on the map there when he typed out GG well played, and GG well played it was. I really thought it would have, I really thought it would have been in his head when he got in that base and he didn't see tech in the main or the natural. I thought it would have clicked in his head. He would have gone, something, he's hiding something on the map. He didn't do anything. He continued to take his gases. He just let his lair finish up. Kind of a build order win because he's rushing into that lair compared to, say, maybe opening with roaches anyway. So, you know, he played a greedy style here. He got punished for it quite heavily. His scouting wasn't quite on point. And Cooper evens up this series here between Solaris and Deadly Gaming. 2-2 right now, and Jon Snow showing a little bit of weakness here today. Guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break once again before we head into game number 5. And that'll be coming up just after this quick little break. So guys, stay tuned. If you're enjoying the show, hit that follow button on Twitch. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back here very soon with our next game. Quite exciting because the winner of our next game will take it on to match point for our team. So for their team, Yaki SE and Peteman, just hitting that follow button on Twitch. Thank you guys very much again. Alright guys, thank you for sticking around during a little bit of an extended break there. I had to sort a couple of things out. Very exciting, our subscriber chat button thing now works. So now there's a little SC2I next to my name. It actually looks pretty good. I thought it was going to look crap actually, but it looks good. Anyways, let's get into this next game. It's another ZVP, and this time it's going to be Silky, the Zerg player, coming up against Cooper from Deadly Gaming. So let's see what's going to take place and what's going to happen here in this ZVP. As you know, so far we've been seeing a lot of cheese from the Protoss and from the Zergs, so both are a little bit guilty of it. So let's see what happens here in this next game. And really time to get into this. In the upper left hand corner, the blue Zerg player from Solaris, it's Sulky. And in the bottom right hand corner from Deadly Gaming, it's Cooper, who in his natural also has a hatchery. Oh dear, when will it end? When will it end today? I don't know if it will end today. Maybe today is just cheese day, as third hatchery comes up for Silky. This one at his own natural. As taking a gas as well. So, I mean, what's he gaining from this? I mean, obviously he's going to delay the nexus of the Protoss player by quite a bit. He forces a couple of cannons out. You know, at the same time, he has to make sure he doesn't die himself to kind of any cannons on the other side of the map, because his spawning pool here is very late, and you know, this probe could definitely do something about that. But this drone is actually already in position. He actually, you know, he's done this enough to know the counter cannon can be very powerful and can definitely catch you off guard. So, well, blocked, denied, no counter power coming up here, and actually cancelling an evolution chamber over here. So just getting as much blocking for as long as he can, and this evo chamber probably going to get cancelled, would be a waste. Well, unless he wants to try to get Broodlands out. I guess he really wants to block this as long as he can. So he's going to have Broodlands, and yeah, Cooper very smartly moves away his probes before them Broodlands do come out. And the Broodlands try and chase up the ramp, and actually deny the probe from coming forward for a little bit longer. And finally, Protoss gets his nexus down. Not that much of an exciting, opening really. The proxy actually getting dealt with pretty quickly. There's only a single cannon, I guess, in the end. Siren X-Core finishes, so one of the advantages I guess Cooper gets out of this is he will be able to be aggressive fairly quickly himself. Silky already has metabolic boost on the way, however, so with that metabolic boost we'll be able to get his own speed up. He should be pretty safe against anything. Already going to start sending some Zerglings around to check out what's going on, and to check out you know, to see if there's any proxies out on the map. He actually unfortunately misses this one probe, which is coming across the map right now. It doesn't look as though this probe wants to do anything all too sneaky though. He's just going to run into this third base and check that out. He actually does come underneath this Overlord. If Silky was paying attention, but he doesn't actually seem to be responding to this just yet. +1 on the way for Cooper, so this time is beginning to utilise his Forge. He is beginning to utilise his Forge. Warpgate on the way too. And it looks as though we may see Cooper go for something which will take us a little bit longer into the game, at least for now, as he's on double gas, which is definitely not more gas than he took in that last game. And we are just waiting right now. That's Roach Run actually coming up for Silky, so a bit more of a standard build. I mean, if this was a build that Jon Snow had done, he may have, well, he would have had a much better chance against what Cooper was doing in that last game. And we're still just waiting here for Cooper to really make this kind of decision about what is going to happen, and it's going to be a Twilight Council, so... well, maybe we still see a little bit of cheese here out of Cooper. What's this Twilight Council going to be for? I mean, that being said, we could just see +2 Blink and a third base come down for our Protoss player. At the same time, it could just be a 2 base all in with +2. So a couple different possibilities right here. I mean, it could be DTs also, but I feel Blink. I'm feeling the Blink today. For whatever reason. It looks as though the probe on the other side of the map was taken down. Mothership Core on a little bit of a patrol out here, looking to clean up any lings which might be heading in to check out this third base. And that Twilight Council has now finished. I mean, it's finishing up at a perfect time to start +2, so you have to imagine +2 will begin straight after this +1 as well. There is that Blink and 2, 3 and 4 gateways. Again, you know, if you wanted to take a third base, it probably would have made sense to take the third base, put the pylon and add his extra gateways here, so that you can SimCity in a cannon and just get prepared for, you know, defending that third base later on in the game as another pylon comes up in the natural. So a hallucinated Phoenix comes out and is going to head out across the map. There's a couple of Zerglings run up the ramp here, but also turn around pretty quickly after facing that cannon. So hallucinated Phoenix coming along and is going to fly up this left hand side of the map Going to get into the main base, get a little bit of scalp. Going to see that the lair has finished here. Going to see the roach run. Probably won't get much more information than that. I mean, seeing the roach run moving is pretty nice because he knows now that something is upgrading out of there. So he knows at least there is some kind of commitment to the roaches. It's not just being a safety roach run. And a robo facility on the way as well, but still no sign of a third base. Okay, there it is. The probe actually on the way is over here. So we're going to see this third base coming down. You know, not as fast as we might sometimes see the third base, but third base nonetheless. So Overseer going a little bit close to these sentries will get away into the main. If there's a warping available, this should be killed off. In fact, this Overseer has not yet scouted that Twilight Council, so Silky maybe getting a little bit unfortunate there. There's Lynx and Roaches looking as though they're about to get ready to come in towards this third. This is actually one of the negative factors about taking your third base this late. You know, he's actually not really got his the cannon up here, which he could usually have, and the Sim City, which he could usually have. Some force fields going down to help him self-hold off from this, as he's going to need a couple more, because he's actually going to start losing sentries here, and he really needs to be able to hold off away from these Roaches. He's actually going to recall out into his natural and warp in a couple more sentries and a Stalker, as apparently Battle.net is dying on me. Please stop. And he's actually just going to abandon this third base altogether and has to cancel it. So Cooper already in a little bit of trouble here. Goes into immortal production, has +2 on the way. This Overseer now has seen the entirety of this main base, so scouting definitely not denied. Robo facility, Chronobus now second immortal now. I wonder if he just goes with 3 immortals and a warp prism. I mean, at this point, maybe he does, but it's going to have given Silky so long to prepare. He's already heading into Hydralisk. He's going to have a pretty strong Roach Hydra army by the kind of time anything really happens. And well, there's a third immortal, but there's a next as well. So maybe just, I mean, this could be kind of the kind of style where you just go Mass Blink Stalker with about 5 to 6 immortals and attack once you +3 finishes. I mean, it definitely makes sense because that's he's re-expanding here. He's not looking to attack in the next couple of minutes, but still, we're yet to see that +3 starting up, and we'll keep an eye on this. He actually starts up a robo base. He does just want to transition into Colossi, not looking for any kind of big timing at all. Then in the end, just going to get the Colossi out and you know, just see how it, you know, see where the game goes from there. He's going to set into that pretty standard composition for the Pros player. As a bunch of Zerglings do head around this south side, Stalkers, Sentries all coming forward here, and turning these Lings away. They do actually manage to grab themselves a probe kill, so it's better something than nothing, as a few more Stalkers do get added on into this army as well. That Robo Bay about to finish an infestation pit on the way here for Silky. Are we going to see just a quick tech into the Hive and go into the Roach Hydra Viper? I've pulled my headphones out, excuse me. We're going to just see a tech into Hive, Roach Hydra Viper. I mean, it's definitely a possibility right now. He's investing into Mystical Augments. You know, he's really making a big deal about this. I guess we could just see him go into Enduring Locust as well if he wants to. I mean, it's not like this was any kind of Hive rush. We're talking about a 13-minute Hive. So it's not the kind of the fastest Hive in the game, but he is going to go into Hive nonetheless. And these Hydras here, about 15 of them, alongside some Roaches. I mean, again, this army doesn't transition well into the later parts of the game. Generally, you need to do some good damage with your first push with them first Vipers, and you know, then work on your momentum / tech switch with the little bit of an advantage you gain from going for a bit of attack. But look, there's a Templar Archives already on the way down for Cooper. I'm actually really liking his position here in this game. I mean, he's already starting to build up his Colossi count. He's going to have Templar Archives down so he can feed back against the Vipers. You know, that means he's going to be able to probably hold off this first wave of Roach Hydra pretty efficiently. And if you can hold off this first wave of Roach Hydra, you know, generally that is the hardest part. You know, once you've held off the first wave, your Colossi, and you haven't taken too much damage, your Colossi count continues to rise. You can invest into Storm. You know, there's a lot of things you can start to do here. So it looks as though Cooper's going to be pretty okay in this game. His second Colossus is about to pop out of that Robo facility. He's actually got +2 armor on the way just yet. Hasn't actually invested into +3 attack at all just yet. And right now, we're still just sitting around waiting for, well, waiting for anything to happen. As an Overseer comes through this main base, once again, just scout around, spots that Templar Archives, double Evolution Chamber now on the way here. I guess just for the Vipers to consume from. We'll be able to go into +3 missiles and +1 Carapace at the same time as well, as he only had 1 Evolution Chamber up until now. So Silky, he's just sitting on this 4th base right now, and it's going to be a Pros player also moving forward to a 4th base here. He's got a few template already out. I'd like to see Storm being added on. If you can find the spare gas to add the Storm on, it would definitely be useful, but then again, you've got to add some more Templars on as well. You've got to be very confident, and we actually see the Pros player getting very aggressive here, moving up this left-hand side of the map. He actually just peels a few Zealots away in the end, just 4 or 5 Zealots in the end to come up to this side of the map. Hallucinated Phoenix coming in here. They'll actually spot a Hydra Den being built, despite Hydra Den already really being finished. There's an Ultralis Cavern coming down as well. I wonder what was meant to be there instead of that Hydralis Den, as we actually do start to see the melee upgrades coming out here. So maybe the Ultralis tech switch is what Cooper's going to go for, what Silky's going to go for in the longer in the longer part of this game. Colossi and Immortals and everything coming forward here, and the Yank just come down. There's no feedbacks at all onto them first Vipers, and the Templars not really kind of in the front there to do what they need to do. These are going to be counted quite quickly by these Roaches. This Roach Hydra continues to come up and forward here. There's a couple of feedbacks going down on the Overseers. These 2 Colossi in the back are going to do a fantastic job, backed up by 3 Immortals as well. And now some Archons coming in as well. This is going to be a dead Roach Hydra army very, very quickly, and I think Silky is way overcommitted into this fight. Now his Vipers are actually starting to go down as well. A blink, well, he doesn't even need to really blink that far. He takes down both the Vipers. Now all of a sudden he opens himself to a huge counter-attack. In fact, the 4th base may just fall here, because all of his units are actually in production. 16, 20 Roaches and 4 Hydras. There's still, can't even, pretty much pure Roach, can't even take down this army, because there's 2 Colossi here, there's 2 Archons, there's 3 Immortals, and they're moving forward right now. This is going to be a dead 4th base. A 5th base has been established to the right hand side of the map, but you can establish a 5th base all you want. If you're never going to be able to get the chance to mine from it, it's not really going to matter. Cooper here with a lot of money that he's not spending. He's opening in some Zealots right now, and he is beginning to move forward. Is he going a bit too forward? Should he back off maybe? Should he just back off, regroup with some reinforcements and go again? And 10 more Hydras on the way out. Look at this, he's actually building Phoenix and going into a Fleet Beacon, because he's expecting a transition here. Nice little pull forward of the Mothership Core, and there's a Colossus being pulled forward as well, because we're actually out of feedbacks. But there's still some Immortals hanging on. The problem is, as more and more Hydras come out, they're going to be able to clean up this army, and Cooper has just gone a little bit too far forward, and now he's going to lose 1, 2, 3 Immortals. He's going to lose this Colossus as well, most likely. It's unlikely he'll be able to keep this alive, surely. This Roach Hydra on the creep is just way too fast, and this turns around so quickly right now, as now 3 Void Rays actually start up in production. But will he actually be able to hold on long enough up against the Roach Hydra force once again? There's only a single Colossi, which is really scary right now. A couple of Hydras picked up by these Phoenix, and they do go down. Roach Hydra sticking back a little bit back for now. 3 Void Rays on the way. These 3 Void Rays could definitely make a large difference. It'll take a little while for them to reach the front line, though. Once they reach that front line, they'll be able to join that battle. But until then, this Protoss army is very weak at this 4th base, and the Zerg player maybe has a bit of an possibility to come in here, especially with no Templar, no feedbacks to take down these Vipers. As for some reason, I'm going woo all over the place with my mouse. Looks as though our Zerg player are going to look to come in from 2 different angles. The few Void Rays that were in production are now here, and it looks as though it is enough to scare away the Berserk player for now, who is still sticking to Roach Hydra Viper despite the 1-1 melee finishing, despite the Ultra Cavern being finished as well. No Chitinous Plating just yet, so, there's the 2-2. Not really the money, I guess, to go into Chitinous Plating and actually make a decent number of Ultras. Nice little move around the side here, and this actually may just be a dead natural expansion, because the Pros player completely out of position as the Roach Hydra force moves forward here. And if you get into this main base as well, I mean, that's going to be a dead Robo facility. But I think he's a bit scared of actually moving that far forward, because, I mean, realistically here, if he goes all the way into that main base, this army's going to die. And will he be able to hold off the counter attack? Because he doesn't have that great of a bank. He's only got a 1k banked up here. He's not really been mining all that well for the 4th base, because he lost this one. He's had to transition to this one and might start getting that built up. The Pros kind of playing ring around the rosy right now with the Zerg player. A few Roaches over here left to kind of pick off their space. Maybe could have committed forward, but Silky not completely sure where that army is, so he wasn't able to come in as far as he would have liked. A lot of Void Rays are starting to come up in the sky right now. There's a Yank on a Colossus once again, and that Colossus is going to go down very quickly. So there's a Yank on the second Colossus, so there's another Colossus going to go down. Void Rays continuing to come forward here, and there may just be too many Void Rays. Another Colossus coming forward. It's actually going to be Silky who leaps on top of that and takes it down very, very speedily here. But Cooper has too many Void Rays, and with these gateway units underneath, maybe he has just enough to keep on pushing forward. A couple more Hydras go down. 17 Hydras in production. Is he going to make the same mistake again of going too far forward and taking a little bit too much damage? Well, I don't, well, it looks as though right now he might be, as we're going to see pure Hydra right now being pumped out of Silky's production tab. And he might be able to kill off a few of these Hydras before they all group up together, which would be pretty nice here. Queen's coming in to join this fight as Void Rays need to use their prismatic alignment, but it's on cooldown for a few more seconds here. He's waiting for it. You can see he's got them Void Rays selected, just waiting. Queens, Hydras, everything, trying to do whatever they can here. Is Silky going to be able to hold on? It looks as though it's going to be very close as Roach's Zealots actually charge on forward. There's just too many Hydras though, and Cooper's going to be pushed backwards. But considering Cooper's actually stable on 5 bases right now, if Silky doesn't counterattack and do damage, then we might see this game go on a little while longer still. A single Phoenix here starting to pick off Overlords. Both players down on 104 supply. There's army supply way higher for the Zerg player, but the economy much lower for him. A Colossus about to pop out. It's pretty much pure Hydra, and pure Hydra isn't so great because the DPS of pure Hydra is good, but the you know, the health on pure Hydra is really bad. So Hydra's in here, and they will look to take down this base. It looks as though Protoss can't quite gather the army he needs in time to keep this alive. A few Roaches starting to join this in as well. As these units now looping around, looking for the 4th base. I mean, these Templars just aren't useful right now. They don't have Storm. There's still only a single Colossus here. They're going to morph into Archons, but I mean, that's not them being useful in this fight just yet. Roach Hydra starting to chase down this Colossus. This Colossus needs to keep coming backwards. They kite in towards the Zealots, which means these Zealots will actually be able to help out quite a bit. The Colossus continues to take damage here. Silky continuing to push on forward, and he actually gets the G out of Cooper. And well, I can't help but feel that Cooper was maybe a little bit cheated out there. I mean, it was his own mistakes, definitely. He was really maybe a little bit too confident moving into the Zerg army, Zerg 3rd base, not just once but twice. And I thought after the first time, maybe he'll think, whoa, last time I did this, I was a little bit too eager and I lost my army. You know, did he need to kind of wait a little while and go again? I think he did. He had the bases, he had the economy. He just needed to wait a little while and just build up and go again. Because he had won a fight. He was on the counterattack. He just needed to build up and go, but he didn't. He went a little bit too quickly. And then there cost him the game. Taking Solaris onto match point, Silky with his victory there on King Sejong Station. Now, remaining maps, guys: Foxtrot Labs, Deadwing, and oh yeah, we've only got 2 maps left. Wow, we're going into game number 6 for our next game. So, guys, we're going to be back in just a couple of minutes. Quick commercial break, and when we are back, it'll be the final player from Deadly Gaming who will need to win 2 in a row if they want to take down Solaris Gaming here tonight. Anything going down on the emails? Anyone hitting the follow button or anything like that? Let's just check very quickly before we get into this quick commercial break. A couple of guys, Kinraju and Discord SC, guys, thank you very much for tuning in and hitting the follow button tonight. Again, guys, the best way to support us is by hitting the follow button, because if you follow us, you can see when we go live again, and you can come check out SC2ITL America again, or other events which we're going to be putting on. So guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in 3 minutes time. Don't stray too far. Alright guys, let's jump straight into game number 6 here, because we really don't want to waste any time in case anything goes wrong. So again, thank you very much for sticking through an extended break there, guys. Let's jump on into this game. Game number 6, Epic versus Silky. In the lower left hand corner on Deadwing, it's going to be Solaris Gaming Silky in the red. In the purple, and the upper right, the purple Terran player, it's going to be Epic, the final player from Deadly Gaming, as it is match point right now for Silky and Solaris Gaming. Again, a win here today will take them into 2nd place with 2 matches yet to play in SC2ITL America group stages. And of course, that's a great position to be in, because you've got to be top 3 to make the playoffs. And you know, everything's getting exciting here. Every match is starting to really count. So let's see how this goes, as here we are back in game, ready to go into game number 6. Going to be a Reaper opening here from Epic in the upper right hand corner, and we'll see what happens in the from the lower left from Silky. Shout out to Mighty Kaboosh, the Mighty Kaboosh, who has hit the follow button on Twitch during that downtime. So thank you very much to you. I'm sure watching the BRB screen isn't all too exciting, but you know, glad you felt the need to follow anyway. Yeah, pretty crazy, guys. You know, everything's just growing so fast. We've got a subscriber button, which I never thought we would actually ever get. The followers just go up and up and up. Oh my god, we just got a subscriber. Go Foster, he's just subscribed. Shout out to Foster, our second ever subscriber on the stream. That actually means, so we do just have a hatch first pool and gas on the way for our Zerg player. That actually means we're one subscriber away from our daily subscriber goal, and if we get another subscriber, I'll take a replay from the chat and I'll cast it using chat challenges, whatever you guys tell me to do, like impersonation. I probably can't do impersonations very well, I don't know. It's the only thing I could think of before going live to have some kind of daily sub goal. If anyone's got any suggestions at all, please do suggest it. I'm all ears for things to do with the subscribers and stuff like that. So anyways, let's talk about this game a little bit as this Reaper just scouting around. He's going to find his opponent in the next location he spots. And that will be this bottom left hand corner. So cross positions here on Deadwing. And already a factory reactor on the way up here. So just actually the single Reaper, something we've been seeing more and more of. It's getting to the point where, you know, the Zerg players are getting so good at defending this this Reaper play. They're getting so good at defending this Reaper play that, you know, making 2 Reapers is starting to get to the point where it's not really worthwhile. So, you know, if you're not really feeling the need to scout so much, and on this map it's actually quite hard to scout as well, you know, there's only this one entrance really into the main base. You can't dive all the way through the natural, so it's quite easy to deny the Reaper scout. Then it is quite often just okay to go for the single Reaper at the start, you know, and then just go straight into the reactor. You can get a few Marines out, and with those you can Overlord hunt and, you know, pick off a couple of Overlords maybe, deny scouting very easily. And it also allows you to then go into your reactor Hellions. And a starport quite quickly is something we've been seeing more and more as well. Pult was doing this against Violet in the semi-finals of Red Bull Battlegrounds today. You know, you get this Viking out, and once you get that Viking out, you know, you're going to be able to once you get that Viking out, you're going to be able to, you know, chase down these Overlords, and you're pretty much guaranteed at least a couple of Overlord kills. This, at the start here, will be a medevac, though, so we're going to see a medevac able to boost a couple of these Hellions, or 4 Hellions, into the main base. Again, this is actually exactly what Pult was doing against Violet in one of the matches here earlier in Red Bull Battlegrounds, so yeah, Epic here just falling back to his to this third base. He's just going to sit around here, maybe you know, threaten to jump on up into the high ground again. Ling's actually on the way into the middle of the map. Will get met by Hellions. They're actually going to start chasing these Hellions away. A couple of Hellions coming down from the south side as well. So that's actually going to be a few dead Zerglings here, as these Hellions do back off just a little bit. This medevac is boosting over, and with a few Marines in this, I guess he can boost everything up into the main base together. If there's no units out for Silky, he could find himself in a little spot of trouble. And, well, these Hellions jumping on in forwards, and, well, Queen backing, making these Hellions have to back off right now. As we actually have a single Zergling all the way into the main base here. He's going to get a perfect scout off here. He's going to see, well, he's already seen at the natural, the timing of the third base. He's actually, he gets surrounded. Not going to get any drone kills. We actually have Marines unloading here in the natural, already forcing these drones to pull away. We have 8 Roaches on the way. And this is going to be a Spork Roll killed off here. Oh no, here come the Hellions. And this is actually really bad. The drones are all stacked up at the back. And oh, this is an absolute massacre right now. Here come the Roaches, but now the Hellions go into the main base. There's Roaches in the main base as well, picking up most of these Marines and getting out. Hellions are coming in. They're going to try and get a few more drone kills. And there's a couple more. And he chases around a little bit more as well. Only 12. Wow, I thought it was way more than that. I mean, the rest of these will go down on the way out. Silky, whatever you wanted to do with this Roach Roar, it's not going to work out all too well for him. I guess it was just defensive Roaches. I mean, I doubt it was just going to be kind of mass Roaches to be offensive with. You know, he's continuing to drone back up here, so he's now got his Roaches out. He's going to be able to defend. Have we seen a Viking? Now we're seeing the Viking come out. So I feel the Viking may be a little bit late here from Epic, but he'll be able to clean up 1, 2 Overlords if he finds this one a third as well. So it's very, very possible here that we're going to see some pretty serious Overlord cleaning on Silky. Maybe falling a little bit further behind once again. He continues to drone up here. He's going to take 50 drones to the 42 SCVs. And just dropping off these Marines on this western tower. There's a few more SCVs coming down to this natural here. More gas is being taken for Epic, whose first C has just finished up. He's up on 3 barracks right now. He's going to be able to go up into kind of, well, 7 barracks is pretty much going to be his next goal on these 3 bases. Viking taking down this overlord here. Already starting to clear out the rocks towards what's going to be his potential, his 3rd base. Bit weird not to take the 3rd base here, I would say. I guess this one's a little bit better for defending Mutalisks. I think it's probably 6 and 2 frees for the Terran player. It doesn't really make all that much difference. In general here, the 4 bases are going to be very easy to hold. So you actually have a drop back in the main base. Epic doing a little bit more damage here. Continue to pick off drones. That's going to be 3 drones at least. Could have chased down that queen maybe if he would have wanted to. He also sees this lair time. He's actually going to see the lair finishing up here. And he's going to maybe get 1 drone. No, he actually just goes away. So he sees the lair finishing up. He knows the exact time of this. Ling's on the way. Baneling Nest just finished 1-1 upgrades. And the Spire on the way down too. So Silky now showing us that the real point of these roaches were just for defensive reasons early on. And they're coming along here. The Spire again on the way. So we're going to see the Mutalisk, Zergling, Baneling play here. As we would expect. You know, nothing too crazy. And Silky gonna, well, not quite be able to turn around this drop just yet. Marines continue to come forward here, will pick up, and he finally starts to actually lose these Marines. He only gets away with 3 of them. And Epic, first real mistake there with that drop, but good damage done overall. 15 workers killed. You know, he's put himself in a good position. He's taken his 3rd base and his 60 SCVs against 70 drones. Surprisingly, this Viking's only got 1 kill. He hasn't got this overlord up here. He's not got this overlord down here just yet. He's actually not been that active with it just yet. So maybe he could have been doing a little bit more with this Viking before now. As we actually have this drop coming down over here. Once again, he scans, tries to pick up a little bit of creep, but not quite able to. And still just keeping these units busy over here. And then, you know, the more he keeps these units busy over here, the more of an opportunity he has to do damage with this double dropship, which is coming down this south hand side of the map. And you know, he may even try and drop in the main just first, just to try and pull the units as far away as from this natural expansion as possible. You know, this spore crawl is, you know, fairly well placed, but it's not very hard for the medevacs to just come all the way around and down into the main here, into the natural here. So here we go. These well, these medevacs actually going to be stopped straight away. I think maybe sending that drop in maybe a little bit too early. And these medevacs actually not going to find a way to do all too much, and having to find a kind of sneak their way out before they get taken down by a queen. So the medevac's going to boost away, and they're definitely going to get away here as Epic starts to unload a few drones, a few Marines of Marauder 2, a few more Marines now popping out, and trading fairly okay. He takes out a Baneling or 2 here. And I mean, back at home, he's just continuing to macro up. Silky, he's only just starting to go into his Mutalisks now. I think surely we've got a couple on the map. Yeah, we do. So we've already got a few on the map, a few more on the way still. He's a little bit down in supply, and both similars have similar banks here, so a little bit of trouble, a little bit troublesome. Armory very late though from Epic, so the 2-2 upgrades from him are going to be very, very delayed. Dropping a couple of supply drops just there to keep alive. Picks up what he can in this medevac as the units continue to chase forward, but here comes the Terran army stimming forward here, and hopefully he has some scans so he can start picking away at this creep. He's actually going to go for a different angle. He's going to try and siege up from the low ground here. Here we go, this tank siege and Widow Mines coming in as well. There's not too much room to split behind here, but there's not that many Banelings coming in right now, and in fact there's so many Marines left over from this fight. And I mean, Epic just going to move straight forward with this. A lot of Banelings actually already morphed in, ready to go. Epic needs to be careful with how much he does move forward. He has to be very cautious. You know, we've already saw a lot of overcommitment from a DeadlyGaming player in the previous game on King Sejong Station against Silky, and Epic definitely not wanting to overcommit here right now. He is 30 supply up. He is rallying units across the map as well, and he's clearing out a fair amount of creep here too, so he's kind of just sitting on this creep. A nice little elevator will start picking off some workers here in this third base, as the viewers need to be very careful with how far they come forward. And well, it looks as though Epic's got all the advantages right now. 2-2 is about to finish for a Zerg player. Is that going to be enough for him to push this back? He's going to come in here, he's going to force these units to turn away from the high ground at least. And well, he's just going to elevate us some more up there almost immediately, but it's going to get shut down pretty quickly as well. Kind of scared to engage with the Mutalisks, and more drones continuing to fall right now. We're seeing only, well, still 70 drones out on the map, but just not that much army supply right now for our Zerg player. He's losing a couple of Mutas here, there and everywhere. It seems as though he just doesn't have enough time to really collect his thoughts about how he really wants to engage this. Now he's going to try and come down and just fight this army that's just down here, but it's already pre-split and some more splits coming in right now for Epic, and the rest of this army coming forward. He's, well, just continue to split backwards. Really nice little just control here. Epic being very patient with this engagement, and I mean, It's been ongoing for quite some time, but this is going to be the end of it because the last few Banelings are going to go down. Creep getting taken down as well here. Stutter stepping forwards. Base will fall. Banelings will fall before they will even morphed in. 10 more Banelings being morphed in at the natural, but this army is advancing at such a rate that they probably won't even get to finish as the stim forward comes down. The Queen's going to fall. The Banelings will finish up. But I mean, it's just not enough. Too little, too late. These Banelings can get the best connections in the world, but it's just not going to be enough at this point. As they do come forward here, and you can see he just runs back a little bit. Lets the units start just standing still, do some more damage. Mutalisks come in. There might be a few too many mutas to deal with here, but I mean, they're continuing to fall. And Epic, even if he loses everything right now, he's going to have such a strong follow-up attack as well. He's actually kind of rallying units a little bit haphazardly at the moment. He needs to kind of boost out of here and just regroup with everything at the same time. A few too many Hellbats and Marauders, not enough Marines. Silky actually holds on, and in the end he is actually only 25 supply down, so not the worst he's been. 2-2's down finish for the Terran player as well, though, so upgrades overall are even between these two guys. Silky with a lot of money, he's just not been able to spend, not been keeping up on his injects, especially during that fight. If you're going to spend all that money, he's probably going to more or less even out the supplies. The question is how useful is that supply going to be, because it's all well and good having equal supplies, but if it's all in Zerglings, you're not going to do all too much with that. But if you can get some gas up, if you can get some Banelings, it's going to be a little bit different. Cleaning out the changelings here, as there's only actually one active creep tumor left on this map, at least out on the map. There's a few over towards this this fifth base, I guess, fourth base right now, because this base was taken out. And Epic's continue to come forward here. Once again, he's actually maxed out now against 144 supply of the Zerg player. He's going to start burning his Widow Mines. He's just going to keep on pushing forward with this. He's starting to add in a 4 to the composition as well in the production tab. The stream of units coming across the map, and the Zerg player just waiting for the best possible moment to take this fight. A few Zerglings coming a little bit forward, and Baneling's going to have to make sure they split as best as they can. Here we go, coming forward here. The Terran army begin to spread out, and the mines not getting the best of hits initially here. And in fact, the Zerg army are going to continue to overrun a little bit. And the medevacs need to start kind of backing off. But, well, actually maybe not, because here continue to come the reinforcements. And Epic seems to continue to be able to push forward right now. He has enough Marines to deal with the Mutalisks this time around. There's no more Baners. The Roaches will just die in a matter of seconds. They're no match at all at this stage of the game. And again, it's just the real Mutalisks left. They're the only kind of useful units on this map, but again, on their own, they're not all that useful at all. 4 Banelings morphing in, and that is it right now. Silky just does not have a moment here to breathe, to kind of stabilize. And here comes the 4 joining in as well. GG is called, and wow, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to an ace match here in SC2 Improved Team League between DeadlyGaming and Solaris. Who would have thought? I mean, coming into this match, I would have said Solaris were pretty heavy favourites. And wow, here we are left with Foxtrot Labs as our final map of the evening, guys. We're going to go into a quick commercial break. It's 3-3 right now, the ace match. Game number 7 on the way up next. Can DeadlyGaming pull out the upset? Or is Solaris going to take home the victory that will secure them second place at the end of this week of SC2ITL America? Guys, stay tuned. This is SC2ITL America. I'm Wardy. We'll be right back in a few moments' time. Come back to the ominous sounds of the countdown, or for a couple of moments before I had to tab out and stop the music and all of that. Guys, it's the ace match here between Solaris and DeadlyGaming. Who would have thought it would come to an ace match tonight? I really didn't, actually. I'm quite surprised. I mean, I don't want to be BM, but Solaris have looked so good throughout the season. Like really strong, and DeadlyGaming kind of, I mean, honestly struggling a little bit, kind of down at the bottom of the table. They're they're 2 for 4 right now, so 2 wins, 4 losses. It's not brilliant, it's not dreadful, it's not the worst in the league, but they could be doing a little bit better. And I mean, especially if they're about to take down Solaris here. If they do beat Solaris, you would expect a team that takes down Solaris to be one of the top teams, not this team who is really down and out, not in the kind of playoff race at all. So let's see what's going to happen here. It's going to be Padre versus Epic in that ace match tonight, a PVT to finish things off. And well, we've seen a lot of Terran being overpowered so far today. Are we going to see it once again? And Epic, will he come out victorious for DeadlyGaming, or will it be Padre for Solaris? Before we go into game, guys, I'd like to just say we are 1 out of 2 on our daily sub goal. And again, if we get 2 subs today, we're doing straight after the best of 7. So after this map, we'll take a replay from the chat, and I think we'll, unless anyone has a better idea as a celebration, we'll cast it using chat challenges if we get another sub, which I don't believe will happen, but in case it does, that will be our well done clap, our well done celebration. So guys, let's get into this game now between these two players. In the lower left hand corner, for in the blue, is the Protoss player here on Foxtrot Labs, Solaris Padre. As in the chat, Elhan Gogo Papa Padre, LXPXM Padre for Prez, and then we have Ninja BLD. Wow, sending out Padre. Everyone else must be asleep. Kappa. Wow, wow. Some love and some hate. Some I feel some loving hate though, really deep down. In the upper right hand corner, the red Terran player from DeadlyGaming. It's Epic. Taking one map already. Can he take a second here tonight? We're about to find out. He's already scouting across the map here with his first SCV. Looks as though he's going for a Reaper opening, which is no surprise at all. And again, let's just see how these guys are going to finish opening up here as this SCV comes on in towards the main base. Quick couple of shout outs here. Hi Shin and Kiss My Axe. Thank you very much. Both of them guys have just hit the follow button on the Twitch channel in the last 20 minutes or so. So thank you very much for your support, guys. Again, following is one of the best ways you can support us, because this means you're more likely to see when we go live again in the future. And if you can see when we go live, if you're more likely to see when you go live, you're more likely to tune in, and you're more likely to support us some more and help us grow some more. And that's the most important thing, is to get you guys to come back and enjoy the show again and again and again, and to provide consistent content for you all. So here we are on game number 7 right now. I smell the pressure, says Nervo in the chat. Apparently I'm being BM. I don't know why I say it. I don't know why. Nexus comes down here for Padre. Going to lose a probe because of getting this Nexus, and Mothership Core going to come in here. It has been a double gas expand, so he has an opportunity to tech quite quickly behind this. Just this single Reaper here, reactor already on the way up at home, falls back into 0 gas mining, so he's actually just going to go into these 3 barracks very, very quickly. He's going to have a nice little bit of marine production, one of the safer builds you can do while still opening purely bio, of course. I mean, you get the Reaper out so you can scout, which is most important, and then after that you can go into reactors, you get a lot of marines out, you don't have to commit to a factory, and you can basically just play as though it's a gas expand with a few extra marines, more or less. So, you know, I really like this opening. It's one of my preferred openings in TVP when I do play. You know, I quite like factory openings as well, though. I think it's always cool to put a little bit of pressure on the Protoss players. So, let's go Padre, says Yaki. Whew, says Alime in the chat as well. And everyone getting excited here for this ace match. Oh, is the bunker going to get cancelled? No, because Padre runs straight past. Bit of a mistake, I think. I mean, he could have definitely got himself an SCV kill there, which would have been nice, worth the Zealot. Instead, he confirms there's an expansion up, which is, you know, kind of nice as well. You know, not great though. We have had a Stargate come down for our Protoss player, and currently unscouted, has been scouted by the Terran. So Epic knows this Stargate's on the way. He's investing in an engineering bay right now. He's going to be able to start up a +1 while also getting his turrets on the way up. So, you know, that engineering bay going to serve a couple of different purposes. Robo facility isn't too far behind the extricate race from Padre, so he's just going to transition into a fairly standard build. And I mean, getting your Stargate scouted isn't the end of the world anyway. I mean, even unscouted, you know, Terran players generally take precautions, have marines in position, so they're not going to take damage from an Oracle. So, you know, while it's you know, sometimes nice to have that element of surprise, it's not really the end of the world here. And Padre, more than anything, what he's going to be looking for with this Oracle is just maybe a couple of worker kills, which you'll, you know, probably still get, despite the scout, and, you know, a couple of worker kills, and past that, just, you know, vision on the map, always getting to know what his opponent's up to, and being able to use their revelation a little bit, and little things like that. As he picks off a single worker here, might zoom around, will actually delay the factory for a little while, so nice little play, nice little bit of control here at the start from Padre. Go Padre, Protoss Power from Ashi CFC in the chat as well, so more Padre support continuing to pile on in. There's a couple of SCVs go down, and this Oracle does leave the base right now to the left hand side, out to the west. So Oracle with some good kills here, actually 4 kills considering his scouted is not bad at all. Epic's actually starting to move out here though. He's got a fair few marines, and of course, I mean, you've got to remember, you know, having invested in that Oracle early in the game, you know, the robo facility's a bit late, the first class is a bit late too, so Epic just looking to put on a little bit of aggression here, a little bit of pressure at the start, and Padre's Oracle just doesn't spot this moving out. So very unfortunate for him. He's not quite able to spot this, so he's a little bit blind right now as the Reapers do fall back. These Stalkers all kind of sitting just near the natural. Will it be enough to hold on? I mean, this is a fair number of Marines, 14 Marines in total. We've got phone overcharge as well. These Stalkers come down the ramp, they spot these Marines, and you know, it's time to start whooping in some more Stalkers and getting ready to pop that phone overcharge. Looks as though the Reaper's getting ready to run past and maybe sneak into the main base, get a bit more of a scout, but there's a stim forward here. Well, time warp goes down. A very well placed time warp actually, because it's going to slow down these Marines getting into the main base. That means only 3 Marines will sneak into this third base actually. The Reaper getting taken down as it tries to run by 2, and these Stalkers will be able to clean out. Losing the mothership core, a bit of a pain here. Actually really nice that he's able to kind of get all the energy off of it, but you know, that was 12 Marines, 14 Marines, a Reaper, and well, 40 Marines and a Reaper for absolutely nothing. A mothership core, that's absolutely all it was. So it's actually a very heavy investment here as the Oracle's picked up 1 more kill, but has been chased away on pretty low HP. It's actually only got away on 1 health during its last fight, and has been away, regained a bit of shields, tried to go back in but hasn't achieved too much there. 3 extra gateways on the way. You've gone up to 6 gateways already with Twilight Council and +1 about to finish. Are we going to see a +2 kind of Blink Colossi attack? Definitely a possibility right now. I mean, we've seen a lot of Stalkers warped in already, and if we see more Stalkers coming in, I mean, it definitely, you know, suggests that he wants to go forward, because the Stalkers would be there to kind of blink forward, pick off Vikings very quickly, very easily. So this would be very interesting to see if he's just going to go for this 2-base timing. It could be spotted here because we do have a double drop heading towards this main base, and double drops are kind of the bane of these kind of all-ins for Protoss players, because you know, you're looking to move out, and as soon as you move out of double drop plans, you've got to either send home a significant part of your army or just accept you're going to take a lot of damage. He's cleaned up a couple of rocks here, right? Yeah, just cleaning up some rocks, and well, mothership core goes down actually once again. Extra gateways are spotted, gets himself a pylon. Blink is on the way. We don't see any sign of +2 just yet. Spadre just not really investing into that. Maybe go for +1 armor, maybe may just stick with +1 attack and no other upgrades. We do see Vikings beginning to be produced here, and we actually have a second starport being added on as well. We've already seen barracks number 4 and 5 added on, so it looks as though Epic actually wants to build up towards just some kind of SCV pull. With no third base coming down, you'd have to imagine that the next kind of, the next thing for him is going to be this, just a big 2-base push with an SCV pull, because what else can he really go for? I'm not too sure if he can go for anything else. With such a late third CC, it's very unlikely. These just gets a shot off there, but these medevacs do live just in time. These these medevacs can try and escape up to the top side, and well, looks as though Padre is starting to break down some rocks so he can get out and across the map a little bit speedier. So this is going to be intriguing here in a couple of moments' time. This double drop still out on the map, and again, I mentioned before, this really is the bane of this kind of attack by a Protoss player. Just earlier today, again, Red Bull Battlegrounds, Stardust versus Tasia. Game number 1 looked very similar to this. Tasia had a drop in the main, and it caused absolute havoc. I mean, even a single Marine here has actually been a little bit troublesome, as we do have this attack coming forward, and actually, Epic's not prepared for this at all. He's just going to have to pull his SCVs and go with everything at the same time, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. These Stalkers actually need a little bit more to tank for them. There's not enough Zealots here, I don't think. These Vikings are going to come forward. The Stalkers not really getting an opportunity to target down the Vikings. There's actually a load of bio here, now going to drop from behind as well. The Colossi is going to go down. Padre hasn't really executed this all that well, I feel like he needed his +2 finish, he needed his Zealots to finish as well, and well, Epic just absolutely stomps through that. He's lost a lot of SCVs, yes, he's lost 24 SCVs, but he's just going to keep on moving forward. There's absolutely nothing over here for Padre anymore, and this is a little bit troublesome for Padre and for Solaris Gaming. Deadly Gaming here might be about to pick up their 3rd victory of the season, and what an upset I really feel this would be. Maybe they've not been showing their true form before that, but looking at the stats in previous matches, you would just expect Solaris to take the victory here today. And I mean, they took it all the way to the ace match, but that's maybe just not going to be enough, because here we go, Epic coming in forwards, and it looks as though Solaris will be stuck at a 4-3 score at the end of week 7. And that is not so great for them, because that keeps them right in the middle of the playoff race with some important teams left to play. GG is called. Epic takes the victory, and Deadly Gaming take themselves into a 3-4 scoreline overall in this season of SC2ITL America. What a series today, guys. 4-3, our final score. Congratulations, Deadly Gaming. I think a very impressive performance by all of their players today. Some very cheesy games to start things off from both sides, from Solaris and Deadly Gaming. You know, Jon Snow fell quite early. Maybe he didn't do the damage he needed to do. I think Silky made a few mistakes in that ZVT. And Padre, I could see what you're trying to do, but it just felt like you needed a little bit more. Maybe that early Marine attack, losing that mothership core and put him off a little bit. Who knows? GG is called, and that is it. Deadly Gaming take the 4-3 victory. Well, guys, that's pretty much it for tonight. We don't have anything else to do, so I'm just going to roll through the standard spammy stuff on our way out. So, first of all, a shout out to our sponsors, ZowiGear.com. Zowie Gear is an amazing peripheral company. I'm wearing a Zowie mouse right now. I use a Zowie mouse, a Zowie keyboard, a Zowie bungee. Amazing products. If you're looking for any new peripherals, do consider checking them out. You can check out Let's Kung Fu as well at youtube.com/filthyrake. That's youtube.com/filthyrake. He's just a guy who supports a bunch of StarCraft events, so if you really appreciate SC2ITL America and you've got a couple of moments, go to his YouTube, leave him a message on one of his videos, leave a comment, give him a couple of views, leave a comment saying thank you for supporting SC2ITL America, and yeah, just give him a little bit of support and a little bit of your thanks. On the outro, guys, I will be running a few ads, so if you're if you really appreciate what we do here at SC2 Improve and you enjoy the content, it'd mean a lot to us if you could stick around for a few minutes with your ad block off, so that we can get a little bit extra ad revenue. All our ad revenue goes towards putting on more SC2 Improve events, and yeah, so it really does help if even just a few extra people stick around. It really does help out a little bit. So yeah, and of course, if you're really enjoying the show, you can either donate at bit.ly/SC2ITL America, or you can become a subscriber to the stream, where there's a bunch of awesome positives as well. Again, I'll run through them. The chat subscriber badge, soon we'll be adding in custom emoticons. You can choose whether your subscription money goes towards America or Europe. You get raffle tickets for our raffles, for the SC2ITL raffles. You get replay packs at the end of every month. You get to take part in our subscriber events, which will be kind of organised when we get a couple more subscribers. You can get your replays casted once a month. You can get a shout out on the stream, and you're more likely to become a mod if you need mods. And if you have any other suggestions for things subscribers should get, please let me know. And yeah, if you please let me know, and I will make sure to do my best about it. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Again, thank you to our subscriber from today, Foster. Thank you to everyone who's hit the follow button. Again, if you enjoy the show, you don't have anything to put forward, you can't stick around, the best thing you can do is follow us. It does mean a lot, and it does help us out, because it means you're more likely to see us when we go live and come back and join us again. And isn't that just what we all want, to come back and watch some more StarCraft another time? So yeah, that's pretty much me all spammed out with things to say, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you to Deadly Gaming and Solaris for a fantastic series, especially to Deadly Gaming, who put on a cracking show and took that 4-3 victory. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Have a great night, and I'll see you all. I'm not too sure when, because I'm not sure when I will be streaming next, but hopefully it won't be too far away. Guys, thanks again. Have a good night, and have a good evening.